Hi guys, thank you for all being so patient. Camera back, ready for action. We're going to be looking at Bodom After Midnight by Children of Bodom today. Let's take a look. Guys, let's have a look at the tuning. It's D standard, which is DGCFAD. Get yourself a tune and we'll get started. Okay, let's have a look at the first section. I'm going to start from 20 of the second string. And I'm going to go 20, 19, 17, and then reverse to that by going 19, 20 again. Okay, from there I jump to 17 of the first string, and I'm playing 17, 19, 17, and then I want to jump back up to 20 of the second string. So all together thus far. Okay, let's jump down to the first string now for the next chunk. I'm going to go 17, 19, 20, and then up to 22 with my ring. So I'm just using that same finger twice so that I can get to that next run. It does make it easier. Don't try and get too smug and use the pinky, it just doesn't work. So what I'm doing there is going 17, 19, 20, and then to 22 with my ring, and then reversing 20, 19. Then I jump to the second string on 22, and I go 22, 20, 19. So all together that last little chunk. And then I want to jump back to 17 of the second. Sorry. Let's try from the start now, nice and slow. Okay, then from there I go. Alright, let's take that slowly. I'm going 20, 19, 17 on the second string. Then I jump to the third string and I want to play 19, 17, 16 twice. And then the same thing on the fourth, 19, 17, 16 twice. So all together from the start. Okay, and then from there I want to jump to 19 of the fifth string, and I'm going to go 19, 17, 15, and then reverse that 17, 19. Okay, and then from there we've got this kind of weird chromatic run. It's not entirely chromatic, but it's got a pretty gross chromatic sound to it. So what I'm doing here is playing 16, 17, 18 on the fourth, then 15, 16, 17 on the third, and then 14, 15, 16 on the second string. So it's sort of still moving on that diagonal back one fret every time I jump down a string. Alright, that's the whole first chunk. Let's do it together nice and slowly. Let's take a look at the second section. I want to start on 12 of the first string. I do 2 picks there, and then a bend on 15 of the second. And then I jump back down to 12 of the first and hit it one more time, and then a bend on the second again. So it'll go... And it goes into this sort of hammer-on-y diminished sweep thing. I want to do a hammer-on from 14 to 17, and then pull off back to 14. And then sweep up 15 of the third and 17 of the fourth. And then just make my way back. So as soon as I've hit 17 of the fourth, I want to hit 15 of the third, and then do a hammer from 14 to 17. Okay, and the end of that arpeggio will be 15 of the first. Let's take it from the start, nice and slow. Okay, and then we just work into these shred runs and these quick arpeggios. So let's have a look at the first one. Nice and triplet-y. I'm playing 19, 17, 15 on the first and then the second string. So just the same shape twice. The next one changes up a little bit. I want to play 17, 15, 14 on the first string, and then 17, 15, 13 on the second. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, and then I want to work up what I guess would be in standard tuning a C major arpeggio shape, but anyway would be a B flat in this tuning. So the start of that was just a straight major. I'm doing a pull off from 15 to 12, then sweeping up the rest, 13 of the second, 12 of the third. Then I make my way back down, which is 13 of the second, 12 of the first. Okay, and then I jump all the way to 17, and this is going to be, I guess, what would be in standard tuning an A minor arpeggio. I'm pulling off 17 to 12, and then sweeping 13 of the second and 14 of the third. So to go. Let's take it from the start of the section nice and slow now. Be warned, this next section is chromatically quite hilarious. So let's start from 15 of the 5th string, and I'm going 15, 16, 17 as a hammer-on. Then I jump to 13, 14, 15, all hammer-ons again from the 4th string. I jump back another 2 frets when I jump down the next string, and I'm going 11, 12, 13. Okay, and then the next one goes 10, 11, 12 on the 2nd string. Nice and fun. And then when I get to the 1st string, this is when we start adding the taps. I looked at it live. I thought it was something like this, but I was wrong. There's actually taps involved, and it sounds a bit better than trying to legato with your pinky, and my pinky's just balls. Anyway, so what we're going to do here is we're going to play 9, 10, 11, and then I'm going to tap 12 on the 1st string, and then pull off that tap and just reverse that. Okay, now we do a similar idea on the 2nd string, but we're going to start with the tap, work backwards, and then roll back into the tap and work backwards. So I think we've got 10 notes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we do. So the first one goes... When I got to the 2nd string, I tapped 13 and then went 12, 11, 10, 11, 12, 13. So let's go forwards and back with that. Then after the 2nd tap, I pull off and then go 12, 11, 10 again. So you're just rolling from the tap to the pointer, back to the tap, back to the pointer. It should be 10 notes altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's go from the 1st string. Then we do the same thing on the 3rd string, exactly the same frets. 13, 12, 11, 10. Then forwards again into the tap. So to go. And I do the same idea, but this time the taps are going to be on 14, and then we're going to go 13, 12, 11, and then roll in and out like we did before. So to go. And the last little chunk is just a straight descent. So I'm tapping 15 of the 5th string rather, and then I just roll back into 12. So nice and slow. Let's take it from the start of this section nice and slow. Alright, let's have a look at the 4th and final section. I'm going to start off with what would be in standard tuning a B major, just straight arpeggio. I'm starting from 14 of the 5th, then I'm playing 13 of the 4th, and then 11 of the 3rd. And then I play 12 of the 2nd string, and then do a hammer from 11 to 14 on the 1st. So that's a straight, standard major idea. After I've done that hammer on from 11 to 14, I slide to 19th fret. So it's a pretty big slide. The advice I would have to you guys is don't continue to look at your sweeping hand. If you can just get your pinky in place, and you've gotten to a point where you can assume everything's going to work out, look at 19, because if you're sort of focused there, that's sort of where you'll end up with your slide. So that's my advice. So we slid from 14 to 19, and then we go to this. What I'm doing here is playing 19, 20, 19, 17 on the 1st string, and then I go 20, 19 on the 2nd string. The reason why I use my ring finger there is so that I can go and get into position for the next group. So let's try and do what we've got thus far. Okay, and then I want to hit 19 again for the start of the next section. So I'm playing 19, 17, 16 twice. And then I want to play 17, 16 on the third string. So I go. Okay, then at the end of that, I want to jump back down to 16 of the second string, and it goes. So playing 16 of the second, and then 17 to 16 on the third string. And then after that, I want to play 19, 17, 16 on the fourth string. And I've got a very quick triplet here to finish this off before the ending. It goes 19, 17, 15 on the fifth string. So let's do what we've got thus far a little slower. Okay, then at the end of that, I've just got 3 squeals. If you're like me and you pop and you don't have a whammy situation, all I'm doing here is just a squeal on 5 of the third string, 7 of the third, and then 9, and then just doing some big bends with that. As I said, lack of whammy. I think Alexi might actually do natural harmonics with the big dive bomb, but you guys will figure that out. Let's take it from the start of the section nice and slow and put it all together. And that's the Bodom After Midnight solo. Hope you guys have enjoyed that. Thank you so much for your patience. I'll have plenty more videos where that came from. See you soon.